Taye Black seems to be smacking down every ball that comes his way. Is that something that y'all keep noticing since 78 puts up one of them arms?
I mean, it's great when you got big guys up front like that, you know. For quarterback want to throw the ball down the middle, they're going to take a big risk doing that because if they knock that ball up, it just gives us a chance to make a play on the ball and intercept it and take away points.
You guys have sat quite a few corners the past few days, Joey, Darius, Ramsey, but you guys still seem to have that fluidity that you're always changing things up in the secondary. What can you say about other guys like Brandon Eccles, James Pierre, who've been filling in?
You know, we talk about like we can't take a step back just because one guy's down. You never know what's going to happen. We play football, you know, it's a physical sport, so one guy could go down for, you know, one play, could go down for a couple of weeks, so the next guy just got to prepare each and every week like a starter.
You got to know Beanie well, or seen his game and stuff?
Yeah.
What guy he is. He seems like you guys seem like kind of the personality.
I think he's very similar to me. You know, like he likes to have fun out there. High energy guy. I love having him out there. You know, he's great. He's a smart football player. Know how to disguise a lie. It's just going to make us better when you got smart guys on the field like that.
We can hear you out there a lot.
Huh?
We can hear you out there on the field a lot. How much do you pride yourself on communication? And that was an issue for this defense last year. How much do you think you can be part of the solution going forward there?
You know, I've always, you know, took pride in like being that quarterback of the defense. You know, you got the linebacker that's making all the calls, giving it to the safeties, but you know, the safeties make a majority of the checks. You know, so having a guy like me, I feel like I'm very vocal, and letting guys know what we're doing. So if you know what you're doing, you can play at a high level.
Break down that interception on the 2-minute drill, what you saw. You were playing over the middle.
Literally just reading the quarterback's eyes. I didn't think he was going to throw it. He threw it. Ball came to me, made a catch. It was that simple.
You have to clarify with them and say which interception you're talking about. How about the one yesterday then?
Oh, well, yeah, I forgot about the one yesterday. So, you know, it's 2 days in a row on the 2-minute drill. I closed it out, so it was good. It was a good feeling, you know, getting my hand on the football.
Did Aaron talk to you guys?
This week, too, preseason game on Saturday. Does this week feel any different than last week?
I mean, we're playing against someone else that's not your teammate. You know, like if we have live periods and things like that against your teammate, you don't want to take those big hits on your teammates. But when you got another opponent in front of you with a different color jersey, you don't really know who they are. You know, it gets a little more physical. So we're excited about that. We're gonna really see, you know, how physical of a defense and a team we are.
Do you think this defense can be pretty physical?
I think it can be one of the best there of all time.
Really?
And I'm putting that in there now. One of the best of all time.
You guys talk about that as a group? Because guys, it seems like they've not been bashful to say they think they could be the #1 defense this year.
I mean, when you got, literally, we got pieces everywhere. Look at the roster, look at who we have. It's incredible. Like, literally, I don't feel like there's a weakness on the defense. Like, if you look at most teams, you know you got that fish out there. Like, you know, that one person that's like, one or two people that's like, oh, I'm not sure. But with us, literally out of front, that's unbelievable. Linebackers is great, and DBs that can cover anyone.
It seems like the offense, you know, is starting to find a little bit more of their rhythm. What have you noticed that they're doing better to complete more passes and move the ball into the spots?
Motioning a lot. Quarterbacks looking guys off, making a lot of great throws. Is that simple?
Obviously, a different guy back there under center. And how has Aaron Rodgers been with you guys?
Yeah, he's great. Great leader. He's very vocal, so, you know, we just got to lock in and make sure everybody's on one page and, you know, making sure we're keeping him upright.
There's been a lot of talk, too, about this O-line and how it's not the biggest O-line and, you know, maybe doesn't have a whole lot of depth. What do you have to say about that?
It's never about the size. It's all about the fight in the dog. And I feel like everybody on our O-line has that fight. They come in each and every day ready to work on things that they need to work on to get better. And, you know, I feel like as long as you have that mindset, nobody can stop you.
Does it help right now, too, that most of you guys, I mean, aren't dealing with the injuries that you guys have?
Yeah, it's tough always, you know, dealing with injuries, but it's a physical game. It comes with it, so sometimes you just got to take the good with the bad and just continue to play. You know, even if it's just for a practice or a game, you know, you just got to try and fight through and push through for your teammates.
Been noticing you guys picking up different stunts and twists the defenses throwing at you guys, which they throw a lot at you guys. What can you say about the improvement that you guys have had from the start of camp to now in doing those things?
Man, it's great. Our defense is top notch, man. Our defense has always been top notch. So just being able to go up against them every day, Coach TA, he dials it up every day. It's something new every day with him. So, you know, it keeps us on our toes. And, you know, I feel like that's a good thing for us, too, because with us being able to see a lot of things in the game, it slows down for us. So
I saw back and forth with you and Pat. Seemed like that pass play to him. Like
we was just bullshitting around. Yeah. Me and Pat are always joking. We're always busting each other's chops, just trying to get the best out of each other. It's never nothing personal. I know that, he knows that. So, we just continue to do it.
How do you feel about the camaraderie in this offense, though, to be able to, like, call each other out when there is a real mistake, and it's like, hey, and people take it like professionals and move forward together?
You don't have a choice but to, because it doesn't just affect you, it affects the whole team at the end of the day. So, you just got to take it with a grain of salt.
Personally for you, you're 3 now, just what are you hoping to see out of yourself this year?
Just continue to grow each and every day. Really no set goal. I just want to be the best that I can be each and every day, every game. And like I said, just making sure I keep airing up all season. So.
What's the part of your game that you feel has improved the most from the end of last season to right now, whether it's footwork, hand placement, or just like overall knowing things?
I would probably say my footwork and my hands, just being able to quicken them up, being light on my feet, thinking ahead of the play instead of always trying to just have that process like while we're going into the play, which is it causes you to slow down and not play as fast as you want, and all sorts of crazy things like that. So for me, I'll probably say just being quicker with my hands and feet.
So would you say that the experience and the lost weight that you took off to prepare for camp, all that's really been helping you?
Yes, all of it played a part.
Well, you still ramp it up from your whatever the hell you play. I see you coming out some snaps and everything. Is that part of just getting back to 100%?
I just do what they tell me to. Coach, they send them in to get me. I be trying to push them out, and they always pull me out. So
you expect to play Saturday, or you think you're going to play?
I'm pretty sure I'll play.
The reps at left tackle and game reps at left tackle, is that important to you to get a lot of those?
Yeah, always.
Sorry if you've already been asked this, but just how do you feel as an offense, as an entire group, I guess, that you guys have been coming together up to this point? We got to Aaron Rodgers this morning. He said, the last 3 or 4 practices, you guys have kind of taken some strides forward.
Yeah, it's always just about the next day. You can't focus on what happened yesterday or what just happened in practice today. It's all about going in there, watching film, and figuring out what we got to get better at as a whole. I feel like we do that each and every day. We come with an open mindset, and with somebody like 8 behind us, it just gives us a boost of confidence. So we just got to keep them out there.
Broderick, do you feel like the offense is getting into a rhythm? Like you kind of feel like growing practice by practice?
Yes. We just got to continue to grow, continue to gel together because we got a lot of new moving pieces. But at the end of the day, I think we'll be all right.
Broderick, it seems like Y.A. Black's gone from a 5th-round rookie that was working his way up to being the first guy that comes off the bench for them. You guys have tussled a few times. What can you say about him and his effort?
And, he comes with a lot of grit. He comes with the fight. He comes with the nastiness. He's a big physical dude. It's hard to move him. So I feel like he's going to be a tough individual for us. Just for the rest of camp and for the season coming up. We got a lot of depth, and it's good to have depth in different positions because you never know how. Just like camp, people get all these little injuries and stuff like that, so you never know. So it's just good to be able to know you have them as a backup or a potential, however it plays out.
I noticed when practice is going on, you're often a guy that's like cracking a joke or hyping someone up after their rep. Is that an effort, like a conscious thing you do, or is that natural?
I think it just comes natural. It's always good to have fun and just not be so uptight with whatever you're doing. So I try and keep that mindset, but still having that mindset of okay, you still have to work and do your job first, and then so it's a good balance in there.
You've had a couple of days where you've been the guy. How do you feel like you've done in those chances?
I definitely want to make all my kicks. It happens. Every once in a while you'll miss it, but you learn more from your misses than your makes. So getting a miss out of the way heading into a game, it's honestly, a little bit relieving. Now, of course, you don't want to miss, but it's good to understand that feeling and what it's like, and then to be able to come back and hit the next one, because that's what's important, and that's what's going to keep you around the NFL, is being able to bounce back.
Your focus has been always a huge part of your game at Pitt. What have you learned or added to it since your time being with the Steelers?
Just picking Boz's brain. I won't share any secrets of his, but at the end of the day, it's the same job, and you really just gotta, wipe out the noise. It sounds kind of cliche, but that's the best way to do it. Is all the outside noise, get rid of it. It's you and the ball, and you just keep going 1 for 1 over and over again. Trying to just bounce back after a miss, keep going 1 for 1, and stack good days. That's the goal.
You have such a veteran room there when you add in Christian and Cam. How do you feel like you've gained from just being around those vets?
I think I've gained a whole lot. I think I'm extremely lucky to be surrounded by him. I just turned 24, but I came here, I was 23. I think the next youngest is Coors, and I think he's 29. So there's a big gap there. Not that these guys are old, that's not what I'm saying. But all those years of experience, I don't have that. These guys have 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, years in the NFL. So to be able to learn from them, and they've helped me out a bunch. Like if they see something, they'll pull me aside and say, hey, here's how you play this situation, here's how you do this, here's how you do that, here's something to think about. So they've really taken care of me, and that means a lot to me.